Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Brittany Day, and I have the pleasure to be here with Castella. And she is a singer, songwriter, and recording artist. And we are very happy to have you today. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So, I've been listening to your music all morning.
Yay, thank you.
I've been messaging my family as well. So, you're
Mhm.
going to have a bunch of new fans.
Yay.
And yeah, I'm interested to learn more about you. So, why jazz?
Jazz, jazz is man, is one of those, it's the foundation of music, that and gospel, of course. One of the first I guess albums I started listening to was Sarah Vaughan and actually Diane Reeves as well. They
Hmm,
kind of influenced me a bit. It's just a great music. In fact, I would say I would credit jazz with helping me to control this strong voice I have. I'm a choir singer. So when you sing
okay.
in choirs, it's all about the volume and executing. And so I started listening to Sarah Vaughan, and she helped me to control, what I had, and learn that there is a lot of different textures to my voice. And so jazz has always been, something that I really enjoy because it kind of helped me to sing better and,
Yeah,
and control
that's
my voice.
great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Expel your energy the best way you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Um, how do you get your influence? Who influences you the most, other than the people that just you mentioned? I read that you do some collaborating as well
Mhm.
as writing your own songs.
Mhm. Well, as far as influences, I mean that my influences go from range from gospel music to groups like Earth, Wind and Fire, the Jones Group,
Hmm.
um, Michael Jackson, Luther Vandross, Mickey Howard. There's a whole bunch of people that influence me. Uh, there's, I guess I'm a big melting pot of
Yeah,
of
yeah,
music. So there's not just one thing that influences me, but
absolutely.
again, gospel music is my foundation as well. So certainly a lot of gospel music does influence, I guess maybe the soul in the music. And when I sing, I always want to make sure people maybe feel something. I started with zero. I mean, no followers, nobody. So it was really, I've had to build everything to where it is now. And it's been pretty cool to see, that
Yeah.
from being in no countries to over 138 or 40 countries where my music is being heard, and it's been great. I mean, it's amazing to see.
Yeah, I bet. Yes, I was reading that as well. International recognition and
uh,
awards galore. You've been busy since then.
yes, I mean it's been amazing. I've won two indie soul awards for best jazz single of the year. I got my first award as with the Central Standard Time show as Artist of the Year in 2020. So I'm like, yay, and nominations as well. So people are seeing what I'm doing and appreciating that. And nominated at Soul Tracks, was nominated there for three times nominated. So it's great. So I don't only do jazz, but I, kind of do some R&B and some soul as well. So
Yeah.
I'm able to kind of, as what do they say, crossover, if you will. So it's great. Mhm.
You mentioned that you had a whole nother career prior
Yeah.
to your music career. Can I
Mhm.
ask what that was? And how did you transition smoothly?
Yeah, I have had a career as in human resources or in the public sector working, and I ended as an HR director. So I mean, a long career building. Wasn't I would say it was kind of a funny thing. It wasn't. That's why I say God put you where you're supposed to be. I probably never would have quit that job, but I was kind of pushed out of it, and I was faced with, do you try to get back into it, or do you go for this music that's been put in front of you? And, after talking with my family and my producers and everything, they're like, go for it, And his thing was, and this is Daryl Swan, he's like, hey, you'll always be able to get another HR job, but you'll never have another moment like this to pursue the music. And so I've been just, riding the momentum ever since. And just starting. I mean, in the beginning, performing wasn't a big thing, but little by little, I met an artist named Willie Bradley who helped me to get music on the radio, and that was just really me cold calling him. Like I didn't know who he was, and
Yeah.
and he got back to me. But what he did was he gave me instructions, and like each step of the way in my career, there's always been someone there to help me to get to the next step. And so Willie Bradley was the radio. Connection for me. And yeah, he just gave me instructions, call my radio promoter, and that's when he heard my EP because I didn't know what it was. And I actually got in the Jazz's magazine, picked up my very first single, which was kind of
Oh,
but Jason Goroff picked up my first single called "No Ordinary Love," and we've been going ever since. But yeah, but HR, human resources, working at local city halls was my career, and I still get to scratch the surface of still doing that. I now I guess I'm a sage in the industry, and so I still get to do it a little bit. I'm a professor at Cal State Long Beach.
oh,
Yeah, so I get to semester just ended, so I get to teach the next generation about HR and talk about it. So I still get to do that a little bit. And so but yeah, that was my career, human resources. Yeah.
yeah, that's great. Well, very impressive that you're still finding the time to influence all the young people.
Yeah, it's I'm a people person, so I think that kind of helps with the career, and having had the experience of being an executive, I would say it kind of helps me to navigate this business that I have now, which is my
Yes.
label, Castella Music, and we run it, and it's a I learned a whole new business, which is really cool. I'm enjoying it.
I saw that. You have a whole recording label. This
Yeah.
is really impressive.
Yeah, you may
Yeah.
somebody has to do all that work. I mean, I do all. I mean, I do my writing. I coordinate with my producer for studio time, and then once all that's done, I have two producers, Jeff Kennedy and Daryl Swan. But once the music is done, you have to do all the back end work of getting it. Um, Distributed and all that good stuff. So, and then also just the marketing of everything. So it's a lot of work. I'm a full-time musician. I'm full-time.
Yeah.
I'm always promoting. The other stuff I say is part-time, but I'm always on when it comes to
Yeah.
the music, always on. So at the drop of a hat, I'm like, okay, hey, I'm having a show. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I also do promotions of my live shows as well. I have a couple of those coming up in the fall that I, put on myself. And so that's a whole thing that I do too. Because, if I don't get booked, I got to book myself.
I was reading a bit about Daryl Swan, and like you mentioned, he was your mentor at the
Yeah.
beginning.
hmm Still
Yeah.
is.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
great.
He still is. I mean, I credit him with, I'm doing this, I did the Nights Over Egypt, and not a song I would ever thought about, covering, but he called me one day. He was teaching at the Grammy Museum, and he called me up and he said, I think somebody needs to cover this song. And I said, who? Like me? And then so I said, okay, I'll do it. So I mean, I trust him. He always has the best intentions for me. And so when he recommended that song, I said, okay, I'll do it. And the song just did amazing. I mean, I think it probably has done the best that of any song that I put out there as far as being on, a variety of different charts, and, was still on charts, as until, the new one came out, and that
Yeah.
kind of does thing. One song sometimes kills another, but yeah, the song is still that people just love it. So
Yeah.
Daryl's um has been in the business for over 30 years, and of course has a Grammy, and he just I think he having him, I guess, acknowledge my gift and feel that I was good enough, I think
Hmm.
what kind of pushed me, because I'm like, oh, this person, the God put in my life, believes in me and pushes me and encourages me and all of that and everything. So yeah, he's great. I'm a lucky girl to have him around. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, that's great. Definitely makes it easier to transition from one career to the next when, yeah, you have somebody on your side.
Yeah, and again, I certainly probably would not have, if things, and again, I think things are divine. I would not have quit that job because it was a very good job.
Right?
I was over HR, so it was a really good job. But, God had other plans for me. And again, he was
Absolutely.
one of the, after calling my husband, of course, but he was probably the second person I talked to. And he's like, wow, you lost your job? I'm like, yeah, I lost my job. He's like, huh. And what he said to me was like, well, maybe that's the universe lining up for you.
Hmm.
And so, and again, that's what I mentioned. He said you can always find another HR job, but you won't ever have another moment like this. And so, but he was right. I've had other little HR jobs here and there, and
Hmm.
they always seem to come to me. Um,
Yeah.
but the music has always just, I mean, we're full throttle right now, just making it all
Yeah.
happen, having a great time of my life. I never would have thunk it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How long have you been writing songs?
I've always kind of been a writer. I mean, I remember writing in junior high school, being in the on the what do you call that? The newspaper crew, if you will. But I can recall one of the first songs I maybe wrote uh was some time ago, and I actually recorded it. I record well, I recorded it on my first EP, and it was a song I wrote for a friend of mine who passed away. She was my best friend. And I wrote the song, and it was just really a song I would sing to myself, when I would think about her. It was like sometimes I'd laugh, sometimes I cry and wonder why, you had to go. And so, but there was a whole melody that went with it, and I would, sing it here and there. And so I could say that that song is probably one of the first ones I, wrote that is actually out there. I mean, I have melodies swarming around in my head all the time.
Mm.
But that one, which again is another unique story, I was trying to decide if I should put that song on the EP. And our birthdays are she's April 7th and I'm September 7th. So we have the 7 in common. And so the numbers 947 always mean something to me. So when I was, trying to decide if I wanted to put the song on the EP, because my producer was kind of taking his time with it, and it was actually one of the first songs I gave to him. And but all we had were able to do was put the piano to it. So it was, and he's like, yeah, I want to do more production on it and everything. Um, but something told me, just having, piano and voice would just really do the song justice. So
Mm.
I was trying to decide, should I put the song on the EP? And I looked over at the clock and it was 9:47. And I said, okay, girl. I just felt
Mhm.
like that was a sign from her. Also, when I went in to record the song, we had some bleeding from the other studio. So we had to stop the session. And when I went back in to finish, I ended up booking the last session on her birthday. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah, just all like these just things, like wow,
Yes.
just the song had to be there. So that was one of the first ones I wrote. There's another song I wrote too, that hopefully someday I'll be able to get it out there. But it was a song I had written as a result of one of the shootings that had been happening at the schools, and I had just written something and recorded it years ago. And so hopefully that'll be an inspirational song that'll come through as well. But I just kind of, melodies come to my head about, and just even going back, I've written a whole slew of nursery rhymes for my kids because I would
Amazing.
always sing to my babies. And
Oh,
yeah, so I have that. There's songs. I mean, even they're grown now, but they know their songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
When the melodies come to you, is it like throughout the day, or is it, I know some artists, it comes to them during dreams, or is it the words or the melodies first, or a mix?
It's a mix. It's a mix of things.
Mhm.
I get a lot of this is kind of weird, but when I'm in the shower, I get a lot of melodies come to me. So I'm like, oh, that sounds great. So I'll hop out of the shower real quick and go get my phone. So a lot of the melodies that I have in my phone have the shower going
Yeah,
behind them.
that's
So
great.
funny. But yeah, and sometimes I'll just be somewhere, and a melody will come to me, and I always record it because once
Yeah.
you once you don't if you don't record it, you're gonna forget it. But one of the funniest times I had a song I wrote for it was for church actually. They had asked me to write a song
Mm.
for a certain part of service that we have. And so I said, okay, I'll do it. And I was in a meeting and all of a sudden this melody came to me and I'm like in there like, like doing like I'm like, oh my gosh. And so this whole meeting I'm just trying to keep this melody going in my head, and as soon as that meeting was over, I went out and I recorded the melody, and the words. For this one, it all
Mm.
came to me. The melody, the words, everything came at one time. And so I recorded that, and we sent it to had my friend to put the music to it, and then my we sent it to the pastor, and he was like, "This is good. I want you to do it Sunday." And I'm like, "What?"
What is your other plans or goals, or what do you want? What do you want to do next year
Next year. I mean,
or anytime you're manifesting?
yeah, it's just to keep going. I mean, I think as an artist, there's always, even today, I'm like, I always question my sanity sometimes. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Certainly since I had the whole career being a HR and a professional, and sometimes it seems a little unstable, I would say.
Hmm.
And so sometimes just encouraging myself to continue is a thing. So I would say just keep going. That's the goal ultimately is to keep going, keep establishing relationships with people, so I can grow, and keep growing, keep writing, keep performing. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, I'm having this wonderful interview with you.
Mm.
Just keep, getting my tentacles out there, meeting people. This is my second year of being in the Recording Academy. So hopefully at some time one of my songs will be, actually nominated for a Grammy, just those types of things. So, those different goals of just, again, continuing to have my voice be heard and make a difference and encourage people. Because again, I had this whole life before singing professionally, and just encouraging people that use your gifts. Again, I always tell
Hmm.
people your gift is not for you; your gift is for someone else. So,
Hmm.
I mean, for God to open all of these doors for me, it means
Mm.
that my gift is meant for the
Yeah.
world and to touch other people. So I just have to keep the faith, keep my faith, and keep praying, and stay confident. And so that's it. I mean, I just want to keep going, and keep having God to lead me, and because I always pray, it's like, hey, Lord, if this is what you want me to do, you keep making things happen, and He has. I just
Yeah.
things keep on happening for me. I have one of my friends. She said, there's a song called He Keeps On Doing Great Things for Me. And she just says she feels like that is my testimony. And I would agree. He does keep on doing great things for me. And so I just want to just keep going until I can go no more. And, keep my health, my strength, and this voice, that he gave me. So just want to keep going. That's the goal.
Great.
Keep moving.
When did you release your latest single?
May 25th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yes, it's new. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, no, no. April 25th, because May 25th is in a couple days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
April 25th. I'm like,
Oh,
wait,
my goodness.
yeah, we're
Uh,
in May. No, April
there I
25th.
am. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, April 25th is when I released it.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
not
still
even a month.
yeah, not even a month yet, but it's doing really well. It's number 3 in Canada, number
Hmm.
6 in the UK. It's was played on BBC Radio and
Yeah.
Villanova, just a whole bunch of different places. I mean, it's sometimes it's hard to mention, one place, but
Yeah.
because it's being played on so many stations. But sometimes some little stations kind of stick out to me. Of course, the BBC stuck out, and Villanova radio, which is like, wow, my kids went to school in Pennsylvania, so that kind of stuck out to me.
Okay.
They went to Drexel University, and Villanova was a school that they played, and so I'm like, oh wow, Villanova played my song. Wow, that is so
Oh,
cool. But
big.
every station, I mean, every single station, all of the stations that play my songs, I'm so grateful, that programmer is like, yeah, oh, we'll play this. I mean, I don't take it lightly, and I just thank all of you. I wish I could just go through and name every station, but there's hundreds, of them, and it's wild. I mean, just the different stations, that are playing my music. I mean, Soul Cafe Radio. I mean, they've actually, given me my two awards. So just the support I get is just is amazing. Thank
You were mentioning, yes, no, you're so good. I'm really excited to talk to you.
you.
You were mentioning your kids. Are they musical?
One of them is one my oldest son. He's my graphic designer. He plays guitar and he
Oh,
sings a
wow.
little bit, but none of them want to. And that's funny. My middle son just joined the choir at church, so he's singing
Okay.
with me at church. And my daughter, she sings too. So they all have nice voices. My daughter used to sing in elementary school, which is the cutest thing. I mean, I didn't have the confidence she had. I mean, she would get up and sing with this little group that they called the elementary singers, and they had all this choreography, and she would sing and had such a beautiful voice. I'm like, oh, I wish I could be like her. So yeah, so they do have their share of talent, but they don't sing like I am.
I have to ask you about your name. I know you mentioned that you were named after your grandma's. Love Castella. Great,
Yeah.
great name. Yeah. Can you tell us about
Yeah. Well, Castella is my that's my stage name.
that?
So, and Castella is actually my grandmother Kathleen, which my first name is actually, Kathy. And
Hmm.
so I was named after Kathleen and Rebecca. So my name is Kathy Rebecca, but Castella is my grandmother Kathleen. When I would go back to Alabama every summer, that's what they called her. They would call her Miss Castella, and when it was just this name of love, respect, and it was my grandma, and
Hmm.
so even before I embarked upon this career of music, my oldest aunt, my aunt Lily Mae, would always tell me, "You are just like Miss Castella. You remind me so much of her. Just how you are with your family, and you're a go-getter. You do this and that. You're just like Miss Castella." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you, Auntie." And so fast forward to, deciding, making this decision to share the music with the world, which is interesting because once I finished the project, Daryl was like, okay, you're done. So what do you want to do? He said, do you want to, just keep this and, share it with your friends, or do you want to share it with the world? And I said, let's share it with the world. And so when I made that decision, I'm like, well, who do I want to be? Because I was working in local government, and I kind of wanted to keep the two worlds separate. So
Yeah.
I was like, so should I be Kathy Thompson, or should it be just Kathy? It was a name that I threw out there. Um, Kathy was another name. And then at the
Hmm.
end of it, my friend, I said, and Castella, what do you think? And he's like, yes, Castella. And again, every time I get up to sing, I'm paying homage and respect to my grandmother.
Yes.
And so, and I would say you can have the name because I'm named after her. So, so that's how Castella came about. It's just really respecting my elders, and again, my grandmother was a very a wonderful woman, and to be able to carry her name and put that out there is just an honor.
I have to ask, when are you coming to Canada? We would love to have you. Do you have any plans?
I would love to come to Canada. There's
Yes.
what do you call it? A station.
Hmm.
Michael K. Emil T-Rex Radio that plays my music. I'm number 3 on the station out there. There's another station that plays me as well. I would love to come to Canada. But speaking of Canada, went to Niagara Falls for my birthday a couple of years ago, and
Yeah,
we went and stayed in Canada on the Canadian side. It was so much fun. So,
excellent.
yeah, so I've been. It's been a couple of years, but I didn't go to sing. But I would love to. I would love to come. So just tell me when. I'll be there.
Yes.
I have my passport. I'm ready.
Perfect. I know we're all going to be fighting over you. I'll
Oh,
be there.
that would be so much fun. No, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have to fight. I would come willingly. So it's great.
Well, it was so good to talk with you.
Oh, good
Thank
to
you
talk
for
to you too.
spending time with us. I look forward to you receiving your Grammy and me letting everybody know how I got to interview you and
Oh,
bragging about that in the future.
oh, thanks. And just I would like to give a little
Please.
shout out to JC Soul. I found out that she's the reason I'm here. So thank you,
Oh,
JC. I just love her. I mean, I know she's one of Canada's finest. So, and she's my friend, and I'm honored to know her.
oh,
Yeah. So
that's excellent.
and
Well,
we
I'm
kind of
glad.
encourage one another to keep going at this. And so I'm grateful to know her and thank her for introducing me to you all. I know you don't know what I'm going through. Standing here looking at you. Well, let me tell you that it hurts so bad. It makes me feel so sad. It makes me hurt so bad to see you again. Like needles and pins, people say you've been making out okay. He's in love, don't stand in his way. Well, let me tell you that it hurts so bad. It makes me feel so sad. Feel so sad. Come back, it hurts so bad. If you walk away, why don't you stay and let me make it up to you? I'll do anything you want me to. You love me.